Well, the first few months of the year are always stressful for peach producers around the state as they look to accumulate enough chill hours for their fruit while also avoiding those cold spells late in the season. Damon Jones recently made a trip to Lane's Southern Orchards in Fort Valley and has an early update on the peach crop.
While it might not be the state's #1 produced crop, it might just be its most recognized. After all, Georgia is known as the peach state. And so far, things are looking good for producers, as early indications have 2013 being a banner year.
The early varieties are full of peaches, and so at this point, optimism's pretty high. Late varieties still hold a lot of flowers, and so we're anxiously awaiting to see how those flowers develop into peaches. But if it's anything like the early crop, we feel pretty confident.
While mild temperatures early in the planting season was a cause for concern, February and March brought unseasonably cold weather, allowing the fruit to collect their proper chill hours. It also pushed back the harvesting season, which could have its benefits.
And the overwhelming theme this year is timing. We're 3 weeks later than last year, probably 10 days later than normal. But we feel with the later start, we'll have a little bit longer growing season, which will make peaches a little bit bigger, both in size and in volume.
However, producers are cautiously optimistic, as the difficult 2012 season, in which the crop was reduced by nearly a third, has taught them a valuable lesson.
What we've realized is you really don't know what you have until you physically have it. Last year was a really kind of a curveball for us because we felt like we had a big crop and we had a lot of peaches on the tree, but what ended up happening is the peaches didn't size as well. And so what that resulted in a lower box count, a reduction in total boxes, because it took more peaches to fill up a box.
But unlike last year, producers haven't had to deal with freezing temperatures late in the season. That, combined with late chill hours, has made this season much easier to deal with.
So this year, we feel like is a little more predictable. It's a slower growing season, longer, as I said earlier, so we have better time to plan and coordinate programs with retailers. And so from a planning standpoint, this year so far, and it's still early, but it's been much easier than last year.
A good crop of peaches isn't just good news for the producers, but also the community as a whole.
I think it's crucial is from an economic standpoint. I mean, we're going to employ peak season, some 300 people. A lot of it is migrant labor and a lot of it's domestic labor. And so you put that across other farms in Middle Georgia, and just from an economic impact, it's important.
And besides the obvious economic benefits of growing high quality peaches, there's also a sense of pride taken in the crop, especially here in central Georgia.
Well, when you think about the peach state in Georgia, it's 90% of all the peaches produced in Georgia are produced within 20 miles of Peach County. And so, in essence, when people say Georgia's the peach state, they're really referring to Peach County, Georgia. And, there's just a lot of positives from that.
Reporting from Fort Valley, I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.